Jake.
I'm Tom.
And we are VIMTV, Velocities in Music, here today to do the third album in a 2010 release by Someone Still Loves You, Boris Yeltsin. And the album is called Let It Sway. If you haven't heard of Someone Still Loves You, Boris Yeltsin, you're probably not alone. They're not really a big band. They're a small band, probably, I think, 4 members from Springfield, Missouri. So Midwestern band, which doesn't happen very often unless you're Slipknot. But overall, you know, these guys are a very indie rock kind of slash pop. That slash pop is there, but I just got an overwhelming Guster vibe from this. Death Cab, Rogue Wave.
I got an overwhelming early Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah,
vibe.
Jimmy Eat World too. Good call. But this is, like I said, it's their third album. I listened to their first album, Broom, a lot. Very underproduced. They recorded that in their bedroom on like 4 tracks and things like that. So it's very indie, very muffled. But just some of these just fantastic and cathartic and beautiful songs that really just hit home, and at the same time were just fun and not too serious, but yet not too trivial either. With this, their third album, their second album, Perishing or however you say it. Is kind of, I didn't like it. It fell flat. I thought some of the lyrics were very bad, especially the song Oceanographer. This album, Let It Sway, much better. Christopher Walla called him up. Actually, there's a sweet making of Let It Sway video that the band made and put together down below that I posted. It's absolutely wonderful to see. It goes through their whole recording process and the kind of their attitude at the time of recording this, and now they're going on tour. But Chris Walla of Death Cab for Cutie, guitar player at Death Cab for Cutie, called these guys up, said, I want to record your album, so went out to Madison, Wisconsin, and they recorded this album, and it's pretty solid. I really like this album. It's definitely the strongest release by Someone Still Loves You, Boris Yeltsin, and while this band has only put out 3 albums in 10 years, you know, for a small indie band, what can you do?
Yeah, they're getting better, so...
Yeah, what do you think, Tom?
I really liked it. There's not a lot to say. It's very straightforward. It's basically that kind of, like we said, Jimmy Eat World, Guster, Rogue Wave, Weezer, kind of pop rock, you know, just going for that fun attitude. And they do that very well, and that's about all there is to say, you know. What they do well. Still somewhat limiting. I don't feel like they're really reaching for the stars here. But these are just well-crafted songs, good melodies. They don't really get boring. I mean, I think that there are some that are much stronger than others, right, for sure. So it's not super consistent in quality. It is in the sound, for sure. Very cohesive listen.
Chris Walla, what do you expect?
Yeah, it just, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
I thought a lot of the guitar parts came out more, which is the new recording style, not recording in a bedroom on 4 tracks. But this new, you know, having Chris Walla, who's a guitar player, record your indie guitar sounds really good. One thing I really liked that this band did on this album is they took a very good note of how they ordered the songs on the album to make it so that it flowed very well. Tracks 6 and 7, Evelyn and Stuart Gets Lost dans la Metro, are more kind of minor key, endearing, kind of more moody. But then they transition out of that back to 2 songs that I think are more pop and rock oriented and more upbeat. All Hail Dracula, which I have a video, an indie video of down there, and Critical Drain. Definitely, and I just really like the way that they took note of that and made an album out of it. That's something that I appreciate. Even if it's something it's not going to be this overall scoping, just grandeur. Even if they're not going for that, they still did a good job presenting this to the listener.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, I just think that the lyrics are good. It's a little bit more moodier. It does a great job attacking, you know, different subject matters. It's a good album. Yeah. Not much else to say. You want to add anything?
No.
What are your tracks?
Simple. I am going to go with track 4 in pairs. Track 7, Stuart Gets Lost dans la Metro, whatever. That very good slower track, really mixed it up a lot. And then the last track, Made to Last.
Very good closer for the album. I like track 2, Let It Sway. Very Guster, gets catchy. It's catchy, gets stuck in my head all the time. Track 6, Evelyn. I'm a sucker for these little moodier and more cathartic songs. 7, Stuart Gets Lost dans la Metro. I like those 3. Overall, I think this is a solid release. Contextually speaking, they did a good job. It's just, it didn't set out to just blow the world away. So this gets put into that group of really solid indie albums that are just upper 70s. So I'm going to give it a 77.
I'm going to go 75.
Nice. So that's Someone Still Loves You, Boris Yeltsin's Let It Sway. Tell us what you think. Do you like this? First of all, have you heard of them? And not, what do you think about this band from Springfield if you've heard of them? And do you like Let It Sway? Do you think that the whole having an actual studio recording versus just bedroom recordings actually influences the music or not? And does it make it better or worse? And why? Tell us at www.velocitiesmusic.com. I'm Jake.
I'm Tom.
And we are VIMTV, moving music critique forward.